Our team did over 21,000 pieces of puzzles over 24 hours. It was very taxing and a huge experience, and I would most likely repeat it tomorrow if someone asked me. Hello from the 24-hour marathon. We just got here and people are setting up their little areas, and we're going to be starting in about an hour and a half. It looks incredible so far. We're super excited, and we're going to also build up our own little place, and I'm also just going to show you around a little bit. We're already enjoying ourselves very much, and it just looks so cool. Also, the organizers have planned like a big bunch of things that are going to be going on like parallel to the marathon itself. And yeah, I'm going to try and show you as much as I can, but obviously the first priority is going to be to puzzle. So yes, I'll keep you posted during the day. Hello there. I am Future Fruity, who is pretty well rested, and I'm going to be interjecting into the vlog from time to time just to clear up things that my marathon brain wasn't really focusing on. My first priority at the event was obviously my team and our puzzling, so I think I left out quite a bit of things that needed like explanations, so I'm going to be doing that from the future with a little bit of rest behind me. Let's talk a little bit about the event just to clear things up that you might be seeing in the footage, because with me arriving, trying to set up with our team in our team zone and just trying to get as much footage as I could so that I can show you the event, I don't think I cleared up a couple of things that were there. So first of all, the one thing that you might notice from the board that was showing the results throughout the entire marathon, the time that is being shown above it is always the winter time. There was a time change during the weekend, and the way that the organizers wanted to make it easier on everyone is that even though the time change itself happens at I think 3 in the morning when you set the clocks back to 2 in the morning, that did not happen throughout the event. So once we already arrived, that was already on winter time. So we didn't have any clock jumping back to confuse people, which I think was pretty good. Another thing that I didn't point out is that the main sponsor, puzzle brand of the event was Jumbo or Jumbo, depending on how you want to pronounce it. They are the manufacturers of the Jan van Haasteren puzzles, the Falcon, and the Wasgij puzzles. Now these three, they all have the same piece cut, obviously, because they come from the same place, but these were the only three brands that we have been using. Once I am showing you the puzzles during the puzzling, you're going to see that like for Falcon and Wasgij, I actually wrote that, but for Jan van Haasteren, because it's so long, I actually used the abbreviation JVH. So you're going to see that in the videos, and you can look up the puzzles yourself. But the thing that was very surprising, I don't think I really read the rules of the marathon as I was getting ready for the event, is that for the first puzzle, they didn't put it on your table. Someone from your team had to go and pick it up at a different place of the building. So
one of our teammates, actually two of our teammates, went off to get the puzzle, and as it turns out, they weren't let back until the timer was started, and you're going to see that that was actually like an extremely exciting part of the whole event. People were lining up at the entrance of the hall where all the puzzling tables were, and they were like showing off the puzzles and just getting ready to run to the tables once the countdown was out. So that was very exciting, and you're going to see that just now. So the way that it worked, which was actually quite surprising for me, is that for the first puzzle, we didn't get that on our table. So I don't know how I completely missed that's going to happen, but that's how it happened, which is that actually two people from our team went off to get the first puzzle. And then, to our surprise, they actually weren't let back into the hall with their puzzles. They were actually all held at the entrance of the hall with the puzzle in their hands, like crowding up at the entrance. And they were just riling us up for like 2 minutes before the puzzling started. So we were already at our tables getting ready to puzzle and just like ready. And where are they? And they were all there in the back of the room, holding up their puzzles, like trying to shake it. It was extremely atmospheric. People were very excited to start puzzling. And it was just 2 minutes of the tension building, and then people just start to run to the tables.
Okay, you can see that my face is all red. I'm just done with my first round, and we're so far second or third place, as far as I can see. We did 2 puzzles while I was on, and now my team is on to the 3rd puzzle right now. And yeah, it's very exciting. It's incredible. Like, people have to run for their puzzles to get the next one, which is, yeah, it's very exciting around here. People are super loud to like get the attention of judges so that they get the verification for the puzzles. And yes, now it's break time. Yeah, someone's running. So now it's break time. I'm going to go get something to eat, and we're just going to continue.
I actually look a little bit bamboozled in the video, I think, but I wanted to like clear up a couple of things when I mentioned that I had my shift and stuff. Now, our team had a pretty detailed schedule. For the entire event, we had 30-minute blocks to kind of plan out all the wishes of people to make sure that everyone gets relatively the same amount of puzzle time. We also had a teammate who had to leave earlier. We had a teammate who arrived later, so we had to calculate that into the picture as well. And it just helped us to be organized and for everyone to get enough sleep as well. So if you are about to go to any puzzle marathon, you can wing it. There were teams that did, but it actually helps a lot if you have like kind of a schedule and you can organize yourself a little bit and just get like mentally ready for puzzling and resting as well. So that was great help. So the way the marathon worked is that each team got a strip of barcodes, I think of the first 10 puzzles on their tables. So that would be ready for you every time you finish a puzzle. And then once you were actually done with the puzzle in question, you would have to get a judge to verify that your puzzle is done. And then you could get the barcode of that puzzle onto like a ticket that the judge would give you. And one member of your team would have to run to the place where they were distributing the puzzles, give the ticket to the person that was handling the puzzles. They would give you the next puzzle, and then you run back to your table and start the puzzling again. And this would keep going the entire time that the marathon was running.
Again, you might hear in the background that there's a party going on. There's like musicians going around the entire hall and just playing music so people can like, yeah, sing and dance along. The mood is amazing. We have just been through the first 1,500 piece puzzle, which was a really mean Jan Haasteren one. Yeah, that hurt a little. But we got through it, and now we're on, I think, puzzle 6 now. So that's pretty good. And we're still in second place at the moment. Yeah, we're pushing it. And it has been a couple of hours already. But yeah, it's just amazing. The whole event is great. Like you can see it behind me that like the entire thing is just so cool. Yeah, it's very, very atmospheric. People are having a great time. Yeah, now I have a little bit of a break, and so I'm going to go and get something to eat. So see you later. are currently on this puzzle, 2000 pieces Jan van Haasteren. It's a cat show, and it's, yeah, a challenge. So that's what everyone is working on, and I'm still very glad that I don't puzzle this one. All right, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's 8 hours are over already, and I can't even remember how many left anymore. I think 18. I don't know. Not 18. 16. Yes, I'm tired. Puzzling is actually pretty okay still. It's just everything else. As soon as I'm out of like the entire puzzle environment, that's when it gets like super weird. Yeah, people are sleeping like everywhere. We luckily have like a place where we can go to sleep, where I will go a little bit later. But yeah, otherwise the night is going. There's good music, and I would say pretty much everyone is enjoying themselves. So it has been amazing so far, and a couple of hours to go still. One thing I don't think I have really pointed out so far is that these lights that they are using for the competition, well, for the marathon, because like they're so bright and so pretty. They look so good. So yes, these are the things that are giving like extra light for us to actually see the puzzles that we're doing. Like the lighting is very good here. So it's all amazing. Well, another shift is done. We're doing a horrible 2000 piece puzzle, and I'm here with Michelle. Hey.
We're going to have a sleeping break now. We will try to sleep, but I don't know how well that will work.
Yeah, we're going to go back to the apartment and lie down a little bit because it's, yeah, as I was saying, well, in our heads it's already 4:30 in the morning, and yeah, there was a time change, so it's now 3:30 in the morning. So yeah, it's hardcore.
But the ships go so quickly. The ships go so quickly because it was like 2 hours, but it just went like half an hour.
Yeah, you don't really feel the difference. So yes, we're going to go back, and then in 2 hours we'll be puzzling again.
Now, while Michelle and I went off to sleep, the others kept going, and you could see that it was that 1,500 piece skating puzzle with like all the white pieces, and we had, I think, an hour and a half of sleep at the place that we booked, and by the time we came back they were still puzzling at it, which is like very cruel, but it was a very difficult puzzle. So we got to sleep, I think, at almost the best time of the entire time, and also it was so useful that we could sleep somewhere and we didn't have to sleep at the venue, because so there were people just sleeping everywhere. There were sleeping bags, there were blow-up mattresses, there were hammocks, there were all kinds of stuff, and people were just really sleeping anywhere that they could. And for us, I think it was very, very helpful that we actually had to leave the venue to sleep, because even though I was thinking that I'm just too riled up to get any sleep, as soon as my head hit the pillow, I was out. So it was extremely useful to have a place. We were also very lucky because our teammates booked early enough. So they pretty much booked that place already before they signed up for the event, which I think was a very good choice, and I'm very thankful for that.
Okay, just a quick check-in. I just came back from sleeping, and my team is still working on that 2,000-piece skate puzzle. I'm going to be puzzling in 6 minutes once again, and yes, we're going to be working hard here. Yeah, once I was back at the apartment, I thought I would never fall asleep because I was so like excited and everything, but then like 5 minutes later I passed out. So it did work out, and I do feel refreshed and everything. So yes, hopefully this is going to be done in less than 6 minutes. And yes, we're going to continue with something nicer.
Unfortunately, the camera that I was using on the table for the time lapses of us puzzling didn't record a couple of the puzzles that we did, I think between 3 and 5 in the morning, because I messed up something with the settings and it just took 2 pictures instead of an actual video. So like 1 picture at the beginning and 1 picture at the end. So I can't show you those puzzles, but it was pretty hardcore to go through those puzzles during that time.
Hello, it's 9:30 at the moment. I'm again in a break. I had to go to the car to get a couple of stuff and just relaxing a little bit. We're still on a 2,000-piece Jan van Haasteren, but it's a different one than the last one that I was talking about. They just keep coming. I don't know who came up with this, but it's very, very cruel. Like there was the 2,000-piece Jan van Haasteren that we finished, and then a 1,000-piece lovely little one, and then another 2,000-piece one. So it was very sad. But yes, it's still going. We have 5 hours left, and there's still a good bit of puzzles to come. So we're going to be working and puzzling. So it's all great. There's still people sleeping everywhere. There's also some croissants that I'm going to go and get. And yes, that's pretty much it. Here's another view of the room. Isn't that amazing? All of these puzzlers. Hello again. I'm done with my last round, and that's it. There's no more puzzling for me for the weekend. We just finished one more puzzle, and the others started one last, probably the last one. There's 2 hours left of the marathon, and yes, it's a 2,000 piece puzzle. They're going to push it, I guess, but yeah, it's a Jan van Haasteren again. It's 2,000 pieces. It's hard. So yes, we're going to see how far they get. Hopefully, very far. And the marathon is almost over, which is very, very unbelievable. Like, yeah, people are still puzzling. There's still 2 hours left of the event, and I can't believe that it has been 24 hours. Like, it has been so cool. Yeah, I'm going to check in with the team and see how they go.
Once the marathon was over, the countdown was done, the time has stopped, that's when the fun part starts, especially for those who were on a 2,000-piece puzzle. That is that you have to start counting the pieces. Now, the completed pieces of the marathon were counted in a different way than what we are used to. So it's only the largest completed piece of the puzzle that counts. So if you have made like a little island, even if it's like 50 pieces, but it doesn't connect to like the rest of the frame or anything like that, that piece is out. That doesn't count as solved. So we only had to count the parts that we have finished actually. And there was a little confusion of like who goes to which table, but we worked it out in the end, and that's how we managed to count the pieces. Now, once the counting was done and everything was a little bit more relaxed, that's when we had the time to finally pile up the puzzles that we have completed, make some really cool photos and videos of the puzzles that we have done, to see them as like a stack, just to see what we have done throughout the 24 hours was pretty cool. And we also got to do a group picture. Unfortunately, one person had to go home a little bit earlier, so there was only 7 of us on that photo, but it's still really, really cool to see us with the achievement that we have done, and we were very proud of how we have completed this many puzzles. So it was great to just see it a little bit and just also calm down a bit after the 24-hour rush was over and we could wait a little bit for the results. Now, of the whole award ceremony, I don't have any footage, and the main reason for that is that first and foremost, I wanted to be my team and didn't really want to separate from them to just like film everything. But also the layout was just not that good for filming. I was pretty much in the back of the room and the view was just not good enough. I also didn't want to push to the front. I was tired. And so I just wanted to like enjoy that. So there's a couple of photos of the top 3 teams, but it was actually the top 5 that got prizes. For the 5th and 4th, I think they received like a package of like Belgian beer and all kinds of stuff. So it was like a goodie bag. And then on the podium, we received a package of puzzles and all kinds of goodies in there. And they also gave a prize for the best costume, which obviously went to the team that had the yellow balloons the entire time. They actually had, instead of 8 team members, I think they had like 16 or something like that, because they all counted as like a team. They went all in on the costume, especially that, as I was saying, they had the song Celebration playing for them every couple of hours and they would dance around the entire hall. So they had like an entire concept around the costume and just the appearance of the team. So it was well deserved and it was really cool to see them throughout the day. They really created an atmosphere. And then what was not really mentioned throughout the entire video, because I ended up not really paying attention to it because I was just busy enough with the 24-hour marathon, but there was an individual competition that happened on the side. So you could just spontaneously sign up for it and complete a 500-piece Jan van Haasteren puzzle, which was also part of the reason why I didn't want to participate. Like, we had enough of Jan van Haasteren with the 2,000-piece beasts that we got as a team, so I just didn't feel up to doing 500 pieces of Jan van Haasteren alone after the 24-hour or during the 24-hour that I was doing. So I skipped on that, but it was actually Veronica from Slovakia who won that, I think with 33 minutes, which was pretty awesome. So that was also a nice little addition to the whole event, that you could join a separate competition if you wanted to. And then once the prizes went out, it's the usual thing that the organizers say thank you to everyone that has contributed to the event, to all the helpers, and they thanked us for being there, and everyone could go home. And that's exactly what happened. As we like sorted out what prizes to give to whom, then we started going back to our table where we still left a couple of things. The room was empty. And it's just so weird to see that we were settled in there for an entire weekend full of people, and it was loud and it was atmospheric, and just to like empty out completely, which was just somehow sad, even though I was very, very happy to finally go home. And right, so I'm walking back to my car from the venue, which is behind me. Obviously, when everyone was arriving, all the surrounding streets were full of cars and it was impossible to park. And yeah, I also could only find a parking space late and far away, so I'm going to go and pick up the car. So the marathon is over and it's all sad, and obviously this is when the sky clears up. It has been raining the entire weekend. Which was not really a problem because we were indoors. But yeah, it's so weird always when an event like this ends and then you walk around in the hall that is already being cleaned up and like there's no trace of anybody ever having been there. So it's all sad. I'm going to drive home and I'm going to collect my thoughts about the whole event, and then I'll tell you about like the whole experience, because obviously this was a very overwhelming thing. 24 hours of puzzling. It was great. It was great. Yes, see you later. So this was my vlog and recap of the 24-hour puzzle marathon in Heures, Belgium. It was an incredible event, and I'm very, very thankful that I got to be a member of this team and that we can go back next year, because actually the top 10 finishing teams get a spot for the next year competition as well, which is very, very good for us, because as I was saying before, it's extremely difficult to get into this event. The tickets sell out pretty much in less than a minute once the registration opens. I'm really thankful to the German team that took us in to participate in this event and that we could join forces with them. It was very, very nice to puzzle with everyone. It felt very easy as well. The teamwork was just flowing, communication was easy with everybody, so it is definitely something that I'm looking forward to repeat. Now, the puzzle events are obviously not over yet. I am going to another puzzle marathon in Belgium this weekend. So you're going to be seeing yet another marathon vlog next week. So if you want to stay tuned and follow along for that one as well, just hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a like as well, because it helps out the channel quite a lot. Thank you so much for watching and following along for the 24-hour marathon in Belgium, and see you in the next video.